Hello and welcome everyone. In the previous episode of Inventory for You and Me, we discussed some common methods and considerations for putting away purchased items inside a warehouse. In this episode, we'll explore some of the more intricate and nuanced approaches to the same. Direct put away. In this approach, one simply receives items from a supplier into the warehouse and immediately sends them to their designated storage bins where they are simply stored by SKUs, batch numbers, or RFID tags. This approach is used in industries where they store and ship large volumes of the same item, like carbonated drinks. This method is found to be highly effective in completely automated storage facilities that manage items with a high inventory turnover ratio. You can also employ this method when you have purchased a large volume of items for a single customer and can store them at a designated location until they are ready for shipping. Dynamic put away. This approach relies on data and an inventory management system, or IMS, to come up with suitable locations to store incoming items in the warehouse. The same item can be stored in different locations within the warehouse depending on its current demand, shelf life, and volatility as directed by the IMS. This is best suited for warehouses that deal with items that require the same type of storage conditions as well as those that deal with seasonal items. Fixed location put away. This is probably one of the simplest and most adopted put away methods out there. All decisions involving the grouping and storage of received items within a warehouse are completely left to the warehouse manager. The manager assigns dedicated zones and bins for different items manually, and has them stored using one of the methods we saw in the previous episode. However, more emphasis is given to the storage needs of the incoming items than the items themselves. For example, incoming items which react chemically with one another are stored as far away from each other as possible, despite being components that are often sold together. In most real-world scenarios, larger warehouses often use a combination of all three methods to decrease the time, effort, and money spent on storage and handling as effectively as possible. That concludes this topic. Let's meet again on another episode of Inventory for You and Me. Cheers!